Welcome back. In sports, the Gewatau Cup Bowls tournament has attracted more juniors into the sport of bowls like never before. In the past, bowling was usually played by older men and women. Paul Tomic Jr. takes a look into junior bowlers and files this story.
Young Nathan Roika from Western Highlands Province, Mount Hagen, came and took part in the Takaro Force last weekend during the Independence at the Defence Bowling Green at Mari Barracks. Then this weekend he took part in the Gewatau Cup at the world-class bowling green. He is 12 years old but following in the footsteps of his grandfather, Sir Lucas Roika, in the sport of bowls. He said most of the tournaments he played in was back in Hagen, but this is his first time in Port Moresby. NBC National Sports also caught up with another junior female bowler, Mari Kautu, aged 9, who says her father inspired her to take part in bowling.
I think anybody can do it. If I can, then they can. So, you don't have to be too young to bowl. At any age, you can bowl.
Both Mari and Nathan are set for the coming National Junior Bowls Championship set for November this year at the Metro City Bowling Club. Paul Tomic Jr., NBC National Sports, Port Moresby.
The Australian Prime Minister's 13 team has once again displayed class and dominance as they thrashed the PNG Prime Minister's 13 in their match in Port Moresby yesterday. Scoring just 3 minutes into the game, the Australians outplayed PNG boys, winning with a final score of 58 points to 0. The PNG side tried to counter-attack, but nothing seemed to go their way. Neil Anamai with the details.
The onslaught started when PNG fumbled the ball from a high bomb and straight into the arms of Josh Dugan, who scored at the corner.
28 meters out, a crossfield bomb. It came off PNG and the Australians gone in for their first try.
It was one-way traffic for the Aussies when they scored their second try from a beautiful cutout pass from James Tedesco that saw Blake Ferguson cross the line just 4 minutes after.
Right now, left to right they go. Tedesco, a long cutout pass, too easy, and Ferguson goes in for the second try.
The game continued in a similar manner, PNG struggling with a number of broken plays and ball handling errors, forcing the Australians to take advantage and score more points. The half-time score was 22 points to 0. The Australians seemed unstoppable when Captain Greg Inglis manoeuvred an acrobatic try in the corner in the 52nd minute.
Mitchell Pearce, he finds Radradra. Support on the outside in Inglis. Inglis goes right through. Oh, what a try!
PNG tried all they could for the rest of the game, Australia scoring another 42 points in the second half and taking away the game. The full-time score was Australia 58, defeating PNG 0. In the post-match interview, PNG coach Michael Marum was disappointed with his boys' performance and says there was a lot of mistakes they need to learn from.
We had a lot of changes where we just didn't complete our sets in dropping footballs and doing penalties. Now that's something we have to learn from and move on for the next game.
However, his opposition, Mal Maninga, thought otherwise.
I disagree with Michael on the way. I thought the effort was really spirited, with great attitude, playing against what is one of the best teams in the world. And considering the players that Michael had his helm, I thought the teams, the Kumals did extremely well.
Australian captain Greg Inglis also commended their opponents and adds his team came to PNG open-minded for the game.
You expect to get hit hard when you play against Kumals, and I back me up there. I think their spirit and their effort was undeniably very strong out there. I came here with open-minded. It's first time here.
PNG's young captain Bennett Goma said, as a debutant, the game was a bit fast for him, but it was a good experience.
The game was a bit fast as a debutant, but it's good. Most of the boys, almost half the team are new players, debutant. It's a good experience for us, so we'll learn from it and build from it.
Neil Alemai, NBC National Sports, Port Moresby.
Moving on to golf, TELIKOM PENNATS got into round 9 today at the Royal Port Moresby Golf Course. 11 corporate teams were out on the course this morning. Paul Tomic Jr. reports.
It was a hot sunny day at the Royal Port Moresby Golf Course. This, however, did not stop these corporate golf teams for the TELIKOM PENNATS round 9. Competition leaders AP Engineering got off well to maintain their lead by 47 points ahead of the rest of the 10 teams. QPR Edaranu gave the Modern Oil some challenging results as they got away with the game. AP Engineering got off the DHL, who was sitting on third, but BSP moved into second spot.
And then on the 15th tee at 8:45, we have Calgary Passy versus Ella Motors. Calgary Passy got up there, 5.5, 1.5, but Ella Motors did not feel their number one player, so Calgary Passy wins on forfeit, hence Ella Motors loses stroke, ending up with 6.5 half.
Last year's champions Carl Merupasi have now moved into 5th spot from 8th placing after defeating Ella Motors 5.5. Two teams on the 11th and 10th are Constantino and Ella Motors. The Kumo Tires are on the 9th spot, TELIKOM on 8th, and Kipia Edaranu on 7th place with Modern Oil on the 6th spot. The round 10 is set for October 16 next month. The premiership title is still up for grab. Paul Tomic Jr., NBC National Sports, Port Moresby.
Well, soccer wraps up sports for tonight, Jerry. It's back to you.
Thank you, Evelyn. Stay with us. We'll return after the break.